Welcome on in. This is Online Gaming Man Cave. I'm your main man, built so real nice, aka Mr. Know Nothing. And today we're breaking down the boss fight, Hiruko. Yes, Hiruko and Nioh 3. This boss took me a long time to fight, to break down, and to take out with the Odachi blade. First and foremost, make sure you hit the like and subscribe button for more content on Nioh 3 as we continue to progress through the end game, because it goes down here on Online Gaming Man Cave. Let's get into this build. First, you already know I'm running the Crimson General set. I've said it in all my videos. It's one of the best ones in the game as far as tank builds and as far as the Odachi blade matchup. It is consistent and does big damage. Ran the medicine case on both of my extras. The Slayer's Odachi blade is what I'm using. The attack is 1046. And I did this before I upgraded anything or did anything else after the fight. So these are my stats before the fight and during the fight. Base attack 752, break 100, block 42. As you see, I have not leveled up yet, but these are my points before I level up. 12 in constitution, 50 in stamina, 50 in strength, 12 in intellect, and 6 in skill. Now, I wanted more of a big bonk, so that's why I have a lot in strength and stamina, but it's also key to do some heart as well, and more so a lot of intellect. This is actually key in your key recovery speed, which you need a lot of. In this fight, you want to be able to recover that key as fast as possible and keep that stamina up so you can get more hits in and be able to move around his attacks. Constitution, you definitely want that because you want as much life, but as you see, stamina was very key. You see all the things highlighted that it upgraded me on, and the strength, key damage dealt, life, and the melee attack one just kept upgrading that, and this is where I was comfortable at. And like I said, it still took a while for me to take them down with these specs, but it worked wonders for me. For the skill management, I use 42-2, attack mastery 2, cure fest, supreme parry. For the samurai, I use defense mastery 2, key postman, enduring arts, running water, which enable you to perform key posts by dodging. I say this in all my build videos. This is my favorite one because I can relocate and still get my key post back at the same time instead of standing in one area and pressing R1 or whatever button you use for your key post. Recoup allows you to recover a portion of your key post expended while guarding by performing a key post. These are very key and unshakable. I think everybody should have on their build. If you run an Odachi blade, it reduces damage taken while you are attacking by 10%. Same thing for the ninja, that when you switch over to it after you do your bust breaks, butterfly grace, hashi art, snake bite technique, supreme shift, ninjutsu cultivation, and I think it's one. No, that's it on that. So that's pretty much it for my guardian spirit. I use O. This thing does a lot of damage, especially when I go up with my wings and I shoot at him from a distance. It does take a chunk of his health off, not a huge chunk, but enough to take him down more so than your blade going light attack, light attack, light attack. All right, that's pretty much for the build. Let's dive into the move set, and let me show you how to break down the first and second phase, because it's almost 3 phases in this fight. You got the first part where you take him down 50% and then he gets a full health bar back, and then the second part of the fight, he goes hard again, the first 50%, and then the second 50%. He is continuously throwing a lot of attacks at you, big attacks. If you miss a parry, if you miss a block, you're dead. So let me break this down for you. Let's hop into it. All right, at the beginning of the fight, you want to get some free licks in, but let's look at the stance that we're in. We're in mid stance, and this is the stance we're going to use this whole entire first phase of the fight. As he's talking, you're just going to do some simple hits, back up, simple hits, back up, and then maybe get a power hit in. Now, sometimes he does switch it up and attacks right off back, but 90% of the time you get those hits in. Now, that move you just saw where I took him down to the ground can only be done in mid stance. And you're gonna do this entire first phase. Get a couple of licks in, continuously take him down to the ground, and parry. You got the time your parry just right, and continuously go down to the ground. This is the easiest, most effective way to take him down in the first phase, and this is a simple rinse and repeat. Time your parry, get a couple of licks in, make sure you hit your key post, and make sure you keep your stamina up. Now, the most important thing here also as well is not to use any of your specials, and if you do miss a parry, just make sure you reposition yourself to get you back in the position to start back parrying and timing that block over and over again. This will take you into the second phase of the fight. Also, in the first phase, he does a grab. It's very simple to dodge. All you do is move to the right, get behind him, and get some licks in. As soon as you see the glittery glow, Get behind them, make sure you got some stamina to get some licks in. Now, sometimes you get knocked off your feet, and that's okay. You can also use this time to heal and to reposition yourself to get back up and get some more licks in. All right, at the beginning of the second phase, we're gonna use what we saved up in the first phase. And I used my wings attack, and I used it back to back, and it automatically took down a big chunk of his health in the beginning, maybe like 10% of it, but that's a lot in this fight. All right, let's talk about his close attacks. He has one attack that's 4 swings, and then he comes with a burst break after that. Sometimes he does the 4 swings alone and then just pauses, which allows you to get a couple of hits. Then he has a 7 attack swing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then one big one, 7. He does it in both the light and dark phase. Sometimes he'll even pair them back to back, or after a specialty move that you use when he knows your stamina is low. That way, if you miss a parry, he knows he has you. He also has an ice attack where he throws out 3 lines of ice and then 3 lines at one time. All you have to do is just dodge to the left and right to maneuver through those. He also has a basic strike attack where he goes back and forth with 2 strikes, and that usually leads into a burst break, so be watchful of that as well. And don't be afraid, all of these attacks can be parried or blocked with the right timing. It's just going to take some practice over and over again. Then comes the big ball of fire. This freaked me out when I first saw it. These 2 laser lines of fire, you're just gonna run to the left and then run all the way to the back and get behind the second. I'll replay it again. You're gonna run all the way to the left to avoid the first line straight, then you're gonna go all the way to the back and avoid the second line around it. He also does another attack with fire where you just get out the AoE. It goes up in the air and then he slams down with it. All right, let's go back to his parry attacks in the second phase. I want you to notice that fire does shoot out on his big slams in the dark phase. And the way you avoid those is getting out of the way of the AoE and then getting behind him to possibly get some hits on him. And all you do is to rinse and repeat. It's the same move set, don't panic. As the light, just know that his slams come with fireballs that come out the ground, just like that. And you get behind him or get some licks and continue to move on and move forward with the fight. Make sure your stamina's up, make sure you're hitting your key posts, because if he continues to do that and you're missing it, you will die quickly. Now, don't get into a habit of thinking you're always gonna know how he's gonna start the second phase. He may start with a simple parry and burst attack. He may start with black smoke. He may start with something else. You have to keep your eyes open on his blade or whatever he's doing, or you will be taken out immediately and you will die if you miss a burst break, just like I did right there. But enough of the breakdown. I didn't show every single move, but those are the big moves you need to look out for. The only way you're going to become good at this fight is practice, practice, practice. I want to tell you guys something funny before you go into this boss fight. I almost quit the fight before doing it, before I won. So never give up on the fight. I'm your guy, Mr. Know Nothing, OGMC, Online Gaming Man Cave. You're going to see me press start and actually go to return the title screen. And then I was like, you know what? Let me just keep trying. Let me just keep doing it. And I end up winning this fight. It was an amazing feeling to never give up. Let's get into it though.
Perhaps you got to. My kind and foolish sister. Then I shall slaughter you both. It's meaningless, all of it! Impossible!
No matter what, I must sacrifice.